Welcome to the practice. Place one hand on your heart and the other on your belly. Close down your eyes and listen to the sound of your breath. Feel the inhale and the exhale as it travels from your tummy to your chest and then up through your collarbone. Tune in to the sensations in your body. Perhaps you feel your beating heart under your hand, or the rise and fall of your belly. Set an intention for your practice today. In this practice, we'll be doing a lot of heart openers. The practice focuses on Anahata, your heart chakra. What's something you can open your heart to? On the next exhale, bring your hands to your knees and open your eyes. Come back into the room. Put your hands behind you now and come into some seated cat-cows, inhaling as you puff out your chest, exhaling as you round the spine. Inhale and exhale. Bring some gentle movement to your spine. When you're ready, put your hands on your knees and start to draw great big circles on the ceiling with the top of your head. Breathe into these areas. And then reverse direction. On the next inhale, put your right hand on the floor beside you. Lift your left arm all the way up and over. Feel a stretch through the left side waist. Drop the left hand now and cup behind the head. As you exhale, lift the chest open and move the elbow back slightly. When you're ready, change to the other side. Bring the right arm up and all the way over the head. Drop the hand behind the head and turn the chest to the sky. Then exhale back to neutral, ready to come into a gentle twist. Take your right hand and put it in front of you, your left hand behind you. Sit up straight on the inhale. Exhale, turn to the left. Coming back to center now, put the left hand in front, the right hand behind. Inhale, sit up straight and turn gently to the right. Turning back to the front now, take the soles of your feet and place them together in butterfly pose. Come into deer pose now. Take your left foot, sole of the foot facing the back wall. Bring your right foot into the groin and turn gently to the left. While transitioning to the other side, come back into butterfly. Now taking your right foot, put it behind you facing the wall. Gently turn to the right side now. Coming back into butterfly pose again, flush the legs out and then gently stand up. Walk to the front of the mat, mountain pose. Push through the bottoms of the feet Pull up on the pelvic floor. Roll the shoulders up, back and around. Getting ready to do some arm circles now. Inhale, circle the arms all the way up. Look up. Exhale, bring them back down. Moving with the breath, do this another 2 times. And this time when you're coming down, come all the way down. Uttanasana, forward fold. Press into your hands. Roll your neck into your knees. Inhale, look out to the distance with a flat back. Exhale as you step back to plank. Press your heels to the back of the room, head surges forward. Bring the knees, chest and chin all the way down to the floor, setting up for Cobra pose. Press the back of the feet into the mat, pull the arms into the chest and lift up. Exhaling, come all the way back down. This time, with your forehead on the floor, tense your fingers out beside you. Inhale, push up through the fingertips and rise a little bit higher. Exhaling to come down. Inhale, lift up once more. And exhale, forehead to mat. The next inhale, press your hands flat into the ground and push back into child's pose. Extend the hands out in front. Spread the fingers wide. Breathe through the back body. The next inhale pulls you up to tabletop. Set up for some gentle cat-cows. Exhaling, drop the belly, tailbone to the sky, and look up. Cow. Inhaling, arch the spine and look between the legs. Cat. Go through a few of these in your own time. On the next exhale, pull back into child's pose, setting up to come into a little flow. Hook your feet at the back. Pull up to tabletop and all the way through to plank. Exhale, knees come down, pull back to child's pose. Inhale, pulls you right the way back up to plank again. Exhale, back to tabletop. As you set up for thread the needle now, pull up to tabletop. Inhale, the left arm out to the side. Exhale. Bring the left arm under the right. Bring the ear and the shoulder down to the mat. If it's in your practice, take your right arm now all the way over your head. Push up through your left hand to lift you up to tabletop once more and set up for the other side. Inhale, lift the right arm out to the side. Exhale, loop it under the left arm, ear and shoulder come to the floor. Stay here or take your right arm over your head. Push through your right arm now to help you come back to tabletop. Push through now to floating tabletop flow. Back, getting ready to pounce. Forward, floating table. Feel as your pelvic floor starts to engage. Make sure you're looking at the mat. On the next exhale, come into downward facing dog, pushing your heels towards the floor, looking between your legs. Flatten your back, open your fingers. Breathe. Crouch down now, look to the front of your mat. Step or hop forward into forward fold. Put your hands on the back of your calves and bring your nose closer to your knees. Getting ready to come up, bend into your legs. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Bring your hands down to Tadasana. Flowing straight away, circle the arms all the way up. Look up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, look out to the distance. Exhale, step the left foot back. Drop the knee. Circle the arms up and look up. Exhale, bring the arms back down and clasp the fingers together behind you. Pull down, look up, breathe. Coming into half splits, place your hands on the floor, press back with your right knee, flex your right toes, flat back, and then bend down. Move your left hip forward and your right hip back. Transition now into plank. Lift the left knee and swing the right foot back. Come all the way down to the mat on the exhale and get ready to lift up into Cobra Pose. Press the back of the feet into the mat. Arch the spine and look up. Enjoy this gentle back bend. Hook the feet into the back of the mat and come back up to plank. Then exhale immediately back to downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Transitioning quietly to the front of the mat, bend into the knees, look forward, and lightly step or jump forward. Head to knee, forward fold. Bend into the legs, reverse swan dive all the way up and back down to Tadasana. Ready to flow again, inhale, arms up, look up, exhale, swan dive down. Ardha Uttanasana, look out to the distance. Lift your right foot and step it to the back of the mat. Low lunge, drop the knee, circle the arms up and around. Pull your left hip back and your right hip forward. Clasp the hands behind you now, pull down and look up. Coming into half splits, place both hands on either side of the foot. Push into your left foot to straighten the leg. Flex the foot, straighten the spine, and slowly bow down. On the next inhale, get ready to come through another Vinyasa. Bend into the front leg. Step back into plank. come all the way down into Cobra pose, or come half the way down, Chaturanga Dandasana, and then up into Upward Facing Dog. Let's meet back in Downward Facing Dog. Put a little bit more pressure into the right foot as you inhale the left foot up, and then open the hips by dropping the knee. Look under your left arm. Feel the stretch from your foot all the way through to your hands. Then straighten your hips and bring your leg down. Press into the left leg now to inhale the right leg all the way up. Stack your hips, bend through your leg, and look under your right arm. Straighten the hips now once more. Place the leg back on the floor. Bend into your feet. Look to the front of the mat, step or hop all the way to the front. Exhale, forward fold. Come all the way up, little baby back bend. Hands through the heart, Samastati, equal standing. Tadasana, mountain pose. Circle the arms all the way up to the sky, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Make sure you come down with a flat back. Inhale, look out to the distance. Exhale, put your hands on the floor and step back into plank. Come through a Vinyasa of your choice and meet in Downward Facing Dog. If you're coming with me, come down to half a push-up, roll over your toes to Upward Facing Dog, opening the chest, and then tuck the toes and roll back into Downward Facing Dog. Setting up for Pigeon Pose now. Look to the front of the mat, lift the left foot and bring the ankle forward like you're trying to hook it over the right wrist. Bring the hands to the side of the body. Enjoy a gentle back bend and flex your foot, and then come down, forehead to hands. Rest for a few breaths here in Pigeon Pose and breathe into your right hip. Completely let go. Use the next inhale to push yourself up. Lift off the back foot and transition back into Downward Dog. Take a breath, then straight away lean to the right foot as you lift the left leg and bring it all the way to the front of the mat, like you're trying to hook it around your right wrist. Even up the hips now, come into a mini back bend. And when you're ready, come forward on your mat and rest your forehead on your hands. To make this stretch stronger, bring the left calf to more of a 90-degree angle. If it's too intense, bring the left foot closer to the groin. Let go and breathe. Push into your hands to come up, but this time bring the right leg all the way round and set up for a gentle butterfly. Flush through the legs. And then when you're ready, come to the side of the mat and open the legs into a seated wide-legged pose. Ready to do some gentle stretches, sit up straight and flex the feet. Put your left hand now on your left calf. Inhale the right arm up and over, keeping the chest open. Exhale, come to the other side, right hand on the right calf, left arm all the way up and over. An inhale will bring you back up to center. Put one hand in front of you and one hand to the back and lift up. This will realign your hips. Then gently walk your hands forward. Come down with a flat back. Relax into this pose and remember to keep your feet flexed. Breathe into any sensations. Enjoy the surrender. Inhale, walk your arms back up now. Swing your legs all the way around to the front of the mat. Make your way gently down on your back. Keep your feet flat on the mat and pull them in slightly. Getting ready to do a hip opener. Lift the right leg. Put the ankle on top of the left knee. Thread your right hand in between your legs and clasp the left hand. Gently rock backwards and forwards, opening up the hips. Get ready now to transition to the other side. Place your feet back on the mat. Then pick the left foot up, putting the ankle on your right knee. Thread your arms and come up straight away. You can use your left elbow to push against your left leg. This will deepen the stretch. Coming into a Vinyasa flow now. Bring your knees into your chest and give them a squeeze. Rock gently and cross your feet. As you transition through the plank, take your Vinyasa, meeting back in downward facing dog. Engage the core now, lifting your right leg all the way up to the sky, stacking the right hip over the left hip, leaning into the left hand and rolling onto the edge of the left foot. Keep bringing the right leg all the way over, dropping the right toes behind you while lifting the right arm up and arching to the front of the room. Feel your heart chakra open in this pose. Transitioning back, drop the hips, bring the right arm up and over and lift the right leg, then bring it straight through to a low lunge. Dropping the left knee down, inhale your arms all the way up and back. You can stay here or you can drop the left arm down onto the left thigh. Look up and lean back. Circle the arms back to frame the front foot and step back into downward dog. Leaning slightly into the right leg, inhale the left leg up, stacking the left hip on top of the right hip. Bend the left leg. Roll onto the right side of the foot and drop the left toes down to the mat while bringing the left arm up and back. Bringing you into Wild Thing, once more opening Anahata, your heart chakra. Slight bend in the hips as your hand comes over. Stretch the left leg right up to the sky again, then bring it through, dropping the back knee in low lunge. Sweep your arms up, look up, and then drop your right hand onto your right thigh, arching back a little bit more. This is a wonderful chest opener. Circling the arms back around to the front of the foot, lift the back knee and step once more into forward fold. Bending into the legs, circle the arms all the way up to a mini back bend. Look up. Keep your hands together and bring them down through to the heart. Take some deep breaths. Close down the eyes. Feel the sensations inside your body. Feel the tingling, the beating of the heart. Come back to presence. On the next inhale, bring your arms all the way up once more. Then exhale, circle them back down to the feet. Uttanasana, Ardha Uttanasana, look out to the distance. Stepping back with your left foot now, come into a high lunge once more. Circle the arms up and look up. Get ready to come into a twist now. Bring the left hand forward and the right hand back, turning your hips to the right. And then come back up into a high lunge, look up and back. Circle the arms back round to your foot now, step back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, come down to half a push-up. Inhale, roll forward over your toes, heart opener, upward facing dog. Exhale, rolling over the toes once more to downward facing dog. Straight away, lift the right leg up to the sky. Exhale it all the way through to the front of the mat and bring your left leg to follow. Forward fold, bending into the knees, coming all the way up. Mini back bend, and then bring the hands down through the heart once more. Straight away now, inhale the arms all the way up. Then come down to Uttanasana. Looking out to the distance, step your right foot all the way to the back of the mat into high lunge. Circle the arms and look up. This time, bring your right hand forward and your left arm back. Look to the side of the room and feel into this twist. Pull your right hip forward and your left hip back. Now bring the hands back to center, mini back bend. Exhale the hands down. Step back into plank and come through your Vinyasa. Bend into the arms. Inhale, upward facing dog. Rolling over the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Straight away, bend into the knees, look to the hands, and jump lightly to the front of the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Bend into the knees, circle the arms all the way back, up, and down to the sides. Flowing straight away, inhale the arms all the way up, look back, exhale down, forward fold. Inhale to flat back, exhale, step the left foot back to a high lunge. Come up, and then drop your left foot to the side edge of the mat, opening up the hips into Warrior Two. Check both arms are even. Sink a little bit deeper into the hips. Make sure you can still see your first and second toe. Then inhale the left hand down the left thigh and exhale as you paint the sky with your right arm, leaning back into peaceful warrior. Exhale, come back up into warrior and straighten the leg ready for triangle pose. Reach out as far as you can go with your left arm. And when you cannot reach any more, drop the left arm and pendulum the right arm all the way up to the sky. Press through the sides of your back foot to open the waist and look up if this feels okay on your neck. On the next exhale, bend into the front leg and lift back up to warrior two, getting ready to transition into side angle pose. Bringing the right forearm on the right leg, lift the left arm all the way up and over the head. Look under the arm. Press the back edge of the foot into the floor. Bring your hand all the way down to the mat if this serves your body. Feel the stretch all the way from the edge of the foot to the fingertips. Then exhale the hand down to the inside of the right foot. Shuffle the right foot over a little bit, left knee to the ground, and then pivot on the side of your right foot, opening up the toes. Gently walk the hands forward, coming down onto your forearms, and if this feels good, lift up your back knee. Try to straighten the hips. Pull the right hip back and bring the left hip forward. Bring your left knee down to the floor. Press your hands into the ground and walk backwards with your hands, setting up for Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Flex your right foot, keep a flat back, and gently walk your hands down. Tune into your hips. Are they in line? The next inhale, bend your right leg and come back to a lunge. Take your foot into the middle of your hands, lift up your back leg and step back to plank. Into side plank now. Roll over onto the outside edge of the left foot. You can keep the right foot in front of the left foot, or you can pick it up and put it on top of your left foot. Bring your arm up and exhale the arm all the way over the head towards the front of the room. This is a great stretch to condition your arms, your shoulders, your back and your core. On the next exhale, bring the arm all the way up and back around into plank. Set up for your vinyasa. Exhale, drop into half a push-up. Inhale, open the chest, upward facing dog. Roll over the toes to downward dog. Take a breath here. Then bend into the knees, hop or step lightly to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Come all the way up to standing, look up, stretch back and bring the hands down to heart. Ready to flow again now. Inhale, swan dive the arms all the way up to the sky, mini back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale, step back with the right foot now to take you into a high lunge. Bring your arms up, mini back bend. Now pivot your back foot to the side of the mat. As you burst open to warrior two, your heel and your arch align. Feel the strength through your legs, through your shoulders, through your back and through your arms in this very strong warrior pose. Exhale, drop the back arm, lift the top arm all the way up and over into this side stretch, graceful warrior. Inhale, back to warrior two. Setting up for Trikonasana once more. Straighten your front leg. As you slightly drop the back arm, reach the top arm all the way up until you cannot reach any further. Then turn the body to the side and pendulum the arms. This is a wonderful pose for the hamstrings, groin, and hips. It also strengthens through your shoulders, your arms, and your legs. If it's in your practice, look up to your top hand and make sure you're breathing. Slowly bend into your left leg now, coming back up into warrior two. Then come into side angle pose, putting your left forearm on the left knee. Reach the right arm all the way over. Push through the back of the right foot. Bring your hand down to the floor if it's in your practice. Breathe into the right side waist. Then turn your body back to a lunge. Shuffle your left foot over so your hands are on the inside of your foot. Drop the back knee. Lift the big toe side of the left foot off the ground. Open the hips. Straighten the back. And gently make your way down to your forearms. Pull the left hip back. Push into the right hip slightly. If it's in your practice, lift the back knee off the mat. Take some breaths in this very deep hip opener. On the next exhale, come up onto your hands, drop the back knee, and walk the hands back as you straighten the front leg. Flex the toes and come into Ardha Hanumanasana. Exhale with a flat back, coming down a little bit lower. You may need to move your front leg slightly back, evening up the hips. Then slowly get ready to transition back into plank. Frame the front foot, lift the back knee, and step back. Feel into the strength of your plank as you roll to the outside edge of your right foot. Lift the left arm all the way up to the sky. And if it's in your practice, put your left foot on top of your right. Take your top arm and bend it all the way over your head, making a rainbow with your body, strengthening the muscles in your lower back. On the next exhale, slowly transition back into plank, flushing out your practice with this last vinyasa. Bending into the elbows, come down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Forward and up into upward facing dog. And then exhale over the toes, downward facing dog. Then straight away, walking your hands all the way to the back of the mat, forward fold. Take your hands and clasp them now behind your back. Stretch your arms up and over. Enjoy as the blood flows all the way through the head. Then lift the arms all the way up and down the buttocks. Look up and stretch the shoulders down the back. Unclasp the hands and now take a step forward into the middle of your mat. Hold your right foot in your left hand and pull the foot into the buttocks. And then take your left foot in your right hand and pull the foot into the buttocks on the opposite side. Drop the foot and stand into Tadasana. Get ready to come into dancer pose. Lift and hold the inside of your right foot with your right hand. Lift your left hand up and make sure your knees and legs are even. Press your right foot away as you lean forward, creating a bow shape. Bring your thumb and your index finger into Chin Mudra. This flow creates strength and stability throughout your whole entire spine and helps with coordination. Let your body come forward. On the next exhale, bring your leg down. Setting up for Natarajasana on the opposite side. Lift the left foot now and hold the inside of the left foot with your left hand. Press your foot away as you raise the right hand. This pose is not only a great balancing pose for the body, it also helps to balance your mind. On the next exhale, bring the left leg down to the mat and stand in mountain pose. Let's turn now to the side edge of your mat and come into another balancing pose. Vikshasana, tree pose. Lift the left foot up now, pull it into your chest. Place your right hand on your right hip, then take your knee and open it out, putting your left foot against your left thigh. Elongate your spine and stand straight. Bring your hands to heart. The spot in front of you to stare at, your drishti spot, and inhale your arms all the way up. And if you'd like to play with your balance, then look up. Don't worry if you wobble. Just concentrate and come back into this pose. Now take your fingers into Chin Mudra, thumb and index finger together. Exhale, bring the arms down into a flow and cross them. Inhale, bring them all the way back up. Do this again. Exhale, sweep your arms through and inhale, bring them up. Then exhale your left arm only onto your knee, right arm nice and straight and tall, and exhale, C shape over to the left side of the room. Inhale, come back up to center, drop your right arm down, bring your knee into your chest and place your foot back down. Realign the body. Take a breath. Now inhale the right leg up and squeeze the knee into the chest. Place your left hand onto your hip and open your right leg. Place your right foot against your right thigh. Stand up nice and straight. Bring your hands into your heart now. If it's in your practice, lift your hands. Option to look up. Elongate your spine. Taking your hands in Chin Mudra, circle the arms around the body and come through the center line. Breathe and flow. Breathe and flow. Now take just the right arm down to the right knee. Lift your left arm up and C-shape your body all the way over to the right. Keep your foot firmly pressed against your thigh. On the next inhale, come back up, pull your knee once more into your chest and place the foot back to the ground. Stand tall into Tadasana pose. Close down your eyes. Take a few deep breaths and relax into the stillness, knowing both your feet are firmly on the ground. Now come into a wide-legged stance, opening the feet so the feet are parallel to the mat. On the inhale, take the arms all the way up to the sky, looking up. Exhale, lean forward, coming down with a very flat back. Put your hands on your shins or your feet. Bend into the knees a little bit. Bring the head down and now straighten the legs to lift the tailbone higher. If you've got the space, take the hands and walk them back. Now walk your hands to the front of you and place the right hand like a tripod. Inhale, lift the left arm all the way up. Bend the elbow now and place the back of the left hand against your waist as you look up. Exhale to come out of this twist, lift the arm up and bring it back, replacing the right arm. Inhale now, the right arm up, bend the elbow and place the back of the hand against the left waist. And then when you're ready, exhale the arm all the way back down to the mat. Drop the right knee down to the ground and gently drop the left knee to match, almost so you're set up in a frog pose. Walk the arms forward. Feel into this stretch as it opens all the muscles on the inside of your legs, all the way to the groin. Be very gentle with yourself as you come into butterfly pose. Bring your feet together, roll over your heels. Gently come onto your bottom. Hold onto your ankles or your toes and flutter through your knees. Coming into some core work now, turn and face the front of the mat. With your feet on the mat, bring your arms out and come up into half boat, lifting one foot up and then the other. Flex through the feet. Inhale. Then exhale into full boat pose. Inhale back into half boat and exhale again into full. Keep doing this flow. Pull in on your pelvic floor muscles. Concentrate on the breath and enjoy this flow, slowly warming the body. On the next exhale, come down very slowly to the mat. Open the hands and enjoy the rest. Now lift your right foot all the way up and draw it into the chest. Wrap the peace fingers of your right hands around your right toes. Bring the left arm out to a T and straighten your right leg. On an exhale, bring the right leg over to the right side of the room. Make sure both shoulders stay on the floor. An inhale now brings your right foot all the way up. Take your left hand and replace your right hand holding your toes with your peace fingers. Bring your right arm out to a T and draw the leg over the body, twisting to the left. Look over to the right. Inhale the leg back into the chest and hug the knee, then put the leg down. Now lift the left leg up and draw it into the chest. Take your left peace fingers around your toes and put your right hand out to a T. Straighten your leg and bring it gently over to the left side of the body. Keep your shoulders on the ground. Open the body and breathe. The next inhale brings your foot all the way back up to the sky. Exchange your hands. Bring your left hand out to the side of your body and gently draw your left leg down to the right. Breathe into this twist. Breathe into this twist. If it's okay for your neck, look to your left hand. The next inhale, bring your leg all the way back to your chest and pull it in, giving it a tight squeeze. Then lengthen both legs out again. This time, bring both feet up to the mat. See if you can tickle your heels with the back of your hands. Pushing the pinky side edges of the fingers into the mat, inhale and lift the pelvis off the mat. Press into the feet, lifting you higher. Bring the chest towards the chin, never the chin towards the chest. Exhale, roll down vertebra by vertebra. Coming up once more, push the pinky side edge of the fingers into the mat. Push through the feet and lift the pelvis off the floor. Clasp the hands now at the back underneath you and lift up onto your shoulders. Push into the left foot now as you lift the right foot all the way up to the sky. Make sure your hips are even. Now exhale the right foot down, going to the other side. Push into the right foot as you inhale the left foot all the way up. Exhale the left foot down to the mat and keep your hands underneath you, but flatten them so that the palms are facing on the mat. Bring the buttocks down to sit on top of the hands. Straighten out the legs and point through the toes. On the inhale, press into your elbows. As your chest lifts off the mat, bringing an arch to your spine, and the top of your head rests on the mat. Welcome Matsyasana, fish pose. Breathe into and enjoy this last chest opener for the day. Exhale, come down to the mat. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Lift up your pelvis and take your hands into a T. Then gently windscreen wipe your legs from side to side. Before pulling them into your chest. I'll roll the knees in little baby circles, gently massaging the lower back on the floor. Go in one direction and then change sides. Your right hand now out to a T. With your left hand, gently pull your knees over to the left. You can look to the right. If you'd like a little bit more of a stretch, straighten your top leg, wrap your fingers around your toes, and enjoy this stretch. When you're ready, bring your head back to center. Now change hands. Put your left hand all the way out to a T and roll your legs over with your right hand to the right side of the room. Look over to the left. Option to take your left toes into your right hand and straighten the leg. See if you can completely relax in this pose. Get ready now to come back to center. Let's flush the legs out by drawing the knees in and then holding on to the inside or the outside of the feet and pulling down the knees into happy baby. Breathe into this pose, rocking from side to side. Try to keep your lower back on the floor. And now get ready to come into a well-deserved Shavasana. Pull your knees into your chest. Organize your body on the mat. Open your feet to the width of your mat and let the toes splay open. Open the hands about 6 inches away from the body, palms facing up. Take a deep breath and then let the breath go. Feel all corners of the body on the mat. Silently watch the breath as it flows through the belly. Tune into the different body parts as I mention them. Relax your toes, your feet, knees, hips, back body, torso, shoulders, arms, fingers, neck, head, eyes, jaw, and mouth, until your entire body is just one big field of sensations. Notice the breath now. Tune back into your toes and wiggle them around. Flutter through the fingertips, and in your own time, roll over to the right side of your body. Gently come up now into a cross-legged position. Keep your eyes closed or downcast. Tune into your heart chakra. Feel how open the body is. Bring your hands to rest together, pressing lightly on your sternum, and bow down your head. Thank yourself for taking the time to practice. Namaste.